What's up, everybody? Today we are going to be taking a look at Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Classic Collection. This is Leonardo, and as you can see here, it is inspired by the original TMNT animated series from 1988, just 6 short years after I was born. He does come included with 34 points of articulation, which is pretty cool. I really like the packaging. The turtles here look like I remember in the old turtle line. As far as the series goes, it was a really fun show. I was born in 1982, so He-Man and Ninja Turtles were basically my go-to toys for basically my whole childhood. It was either He-Man or Ninja Turtles, and then I don't want to say grew out of action figures, but it was kind of those two action figures, and then I kind of just got involved in sports and started doing a little bit different things. But here I am back at Ninja Turtles all these years later. This is a Playmates Ninja Turtle, as you can see here, or maybe you can't. It's made for ages 4 and up. And that's probably just due to some possible choking hazards on some tiny pieces. I'm not exactly sure. We're about to pull him out of this box, though, and find out what all he's got in there. You can see he does come with both of his katanas, and it looks like he has a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle sewer cover down there, and it does appear to have his name on it. As we spin the box around to the back, we have Classic Collection, Nickelodeon, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The same stuff I just read on the front. However, we will go ahead and read these little blurbs, and I'll zoom in on those just so you can see them better. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are back like never before in collector-quality figures featuring 34 points of articulation, signature weapons, and classic sewer cover bases. These perfect, old-school cartoon recreations will leave you screaming cowabunga. About the Turtles, catapulted from indie comic origins to superstardom by the original Murakami Wolf Swenson MWS animated series, TMNT ran on air for nearly a decade, 1987 to 1996, and ranked #1 in rankings for an unprecedented 5 straight years. Featured in over 190 episodes, the fun-loving, shell-kicking teens are still recognized around the world and fondly remembered by fans with every bite of pizza. So here we have all 4 of the Turtles, and we do have all 4 of the Turtles as well as Rocksteady and Bebop. And we will be unboxing them. We're just going to do them one figure at a time due to keeping the time of the videos. We're trying to stay under 20 minutes. 10 to 20 minute long video I think is pretty good. So there is the box, and I really like this box. This box has been in this great of shape, held up the test of time. You can see there's even a little bit of dust on top where he has been sitting, but this is a 2012 product, which means that this guy has been chilling in this box for 12 years, and it's going to be a little painful, but I'm finally going to open him. So let's go ahead and we're going to get to that part of the video. I guess we didn't tear the old box up too bad. It's not going to want to stand for us. There is Leonardo. Let's just go ahead and get this pulled out of here, throw it down, and then it looks like here is his manhole cover action figure stand. And you can see it does have the 2 pegs there for him to lock his feet into. I feel like that's a cool addition, and I'm happy that they did that, because it's always nice to be able to stand your figure if they didn't want to stand on their own. So I'm happy that they included this, plus it just goes along nice setting up a diorama or something like that. So it looks like he is banded in here in a couple places. Let's see, maybe it's just the swords that are banded in. Twisty tie bands. So these should are easy. That one's not, because it's way back in there, and I'm not exactly sure how I'm even going to get to it. Let's just go ahead and get him out. And then we'll band break that one. I guess we didn't band break it, we broke the package. All right, so here is Leonardo, and we are going to go ahead and get him set up with all of his stuff and looking good, and we will be right back. Come on, Leo, stand up so we can do the cut scene. He's not wanting to listen to me, folks. All right, we're going to get his stuff put on him, and then we'll take a closer look. All right, so here he is standing on his manhole cover, positioned, and we are going to check the articulation. But first, I'm going to go ahead and just show you the swords just plug into the sheaths that plug into the back of the shield. There's a little hole here. The sheaths plug into the hole, and then the swords just slide right into the sheath. It works out really well. Really like it, and it seems to function exactly like it should. So that's as far as his accessories. He comes with the sheaths, the sword, and the figure stand. Not a whole lot going on with him. So let's go over his articulation really quick. He can look to the left. He can look to the right. He can look kind of up, and he can look decently down. As far as his arms, they will go all the way up. He's got super articulated arms here, and he does have a swivel joint on his bicep, as well as the double jointed elbows that allow him to get a pretty good reach. He can reach around pretty well. He does have fully articulated wrist. It spins 360 degrees, and it can bend out, and it will bend in a little bit. His little blue wrist thing here is kind of blocking it a little bit, but it also helps hide the joint. And then all three of his turtle fingers are articulated. They will spin. They will go up and down. These ones won't spin, but they will go in and out. So you can close them all down. You can make a fist. You can close down a couple of them. Let's see. Let's close down this one and this one. And now it's kind of like he's got the pointer finger pointing at us. I'll go ahead and put this arm back down. It's kind of like he's pointing at us. So you have many options where you can move those three fingers and kind of position the hands any way that you want to. He does have a diaphragm cut, you can see here in the middle of his shell, and I will bring in another turtle to kind of show another way that they've done this that maybe is a little bit better than this, but we'll leave that to be determined by you guys down in the comments. So he does have the cross straps and the big old yellow L, very reminiscent of the cartoon. I'm going to pull him off this stand for a second to show you that he does do a pretty good split. He also has a thigh swivel, so his thighs can turn all the way around. And it looks like he has another swivel up there. So you just want to make sure that you get everything positioned correctly. As far as his knees, he's got a pinned double jointed knee. That works really well. He can get a lot of movement there. He does have a pinned, and he can articulate forward and back on the foot, as well as his toes will move independently of each other, which I think is just another really cool thing that they've done with this guy. So with all of that being said, let me position him back on his little stand here, because there is something that I talked about in one of my other videos, and that was before I had ever pulled him out of the box. So I didn't, I guess, really know what I was talking about. And what I had said was those turtles could fill in for the missing turtles I have in this. Now, this is the Ninja Elite. These are the turtles that come with the trench coat, and they're supposed to be the Playmates version of the 90s movie turtles. And before I paid too much attention, because I had these and then I just kind of got this guy, and I was like, okay, well, one or the other of these can fill in for each other and be a set. But they are drastically different. So if you take a look at them now that we actually have them side by side, you can see the wristbands are different. These ones are much thinner. These ones are much thicker. The detail on the elbow pads are different. We have 3 little bumps here. We've got bigger bumps here. The chest straps are different. We have 2 here, and then we just have 1 here. as well as the L insignia missing from the belt. The top of the hands, you can see this one, the knuckles are different here, so the hands are different. They do articulate, all the fingers articulate independently on this figure, the same as they do this figure. It's just this little piece here kind of extends farther than this one. It stops back here before the knuckles. This one, it kind of extends over the knuckles. They do both have the thigh cut. I think for the most part, it's the same legs and same body. We've just got a little bit different accessories. Like his wrists are fatter, his ankles are fatter. The feet are going to be different. This one has got toenails actually sculpted in where this one does not, but these aren't painted. So there's levels, there's different levels, but either way, I thought that these turtles were basically the same as these turtles with a little bit different color scheme, and they're not. The front of the shell's different, his shell's different here. They do both have the diaphragm cut the same. So it was just a quick glance that made me think that it was the same turtle. And these guys here do not come with the figure stand. As we rotate it around to the back, you can see even more differences. As far as the shells go, this one's way more cartoony looking. This one's a way more realistic shell, as well as the scabbards or whatever, the sheaths for the swords. These ones are way more realistic looking. However, this sword, for whatever reason, won't plug all the way down in. They both stick up just a hair, where these ones do slide all the way in. So I did think these were going to be the same turtle. They're not. And the cool thing is I can appreciate the differences in both of them. For whatever reason, the cartoon Leonardo looks a lot more angry than the movie Leonardo. So maybe I'll have to go back and rewatch that. But I always thought Raphael was the one with the bad attitude. But Leonardo looks like maybe he's just kind of taking charge, telling the rest of the turtles what they're needing to do. So before we end this video, I'm going to pull in one more turtle for comparison, and we'll take a look at that, note some of the differences between there, and then we'll give our overall opinions of the three. And the final turtle we're going to pull into the mix is the NECA 1990s movie Michelangelo. I have not unboxed the Leonardo yet, or else I would pull him down here for comparison. But I just wanted to show you a couple things that are different in the NECA turtle than the Playmates turtles. So first of all, we don't have the bicep swivel. The joints are different. We do have a double jointed knee here, but it does not articulate. That's about as far as it goes. It articulates. It does not articulate as well as these guys. As far as movie accuracy, he definitely fits the bill better than him. He definitely looks more like a toy, where this guy, I feel like you could do some stills and you might be able to fool some people into thinking that that is the actual a movie turtle and not a toy. The thing about his articulation that's different is where they have this diaphragm cut here in the front of their shell. His is kind of, this is softer, and his is behind that. So you can see with the shell, he does have the articulation. He will go side to side. He will go forward and backwards, but that cut is hidden by this front piece. They used it to hide that. And he doesn't go as far because of that. His range of motion isn't as much of those as those, but I feel like it is a cleaner look. So maybe not a bad thing, and maybe Playmates could take a hint from that and do something like that in the future. But here are your three turtles. We have the Playmates 90s, we have the NECA 90s, and then we have the 88 cartoon version. Go ahead and let me know down in the comments, out of these turtles, which ones are your favorite. I'm torn. Just because of my age and what I do with my action figures, I'm going to choose the NECA because he's movie accurate. And then I thought this Leonardo would be second, but this Leonardo's moved his way into second place, and he's fighting hard for first with this Michelangelo, because I do like all of the extra bits that you can do with him. Not extra bits that you get with him, but extra bits that you can do with him. He's way more articulated. He feels like a more robust character. Your kids aren't going to break this one as easy as they're going to break that one. So all around, I think these are all great turtles, and I would be happy with any of them. We will be unboxing the sets of all of them, so stay tuned. Go ahead and turn the subscription button on, hit the notification button, turn that thing on too. tap the like button, and I'll see you in the next video. Everybody have a good one.